In this video, I've been challenged by none other than JAZZA himself to use his Mega Minis art box combined with a secret weapon, common household trash, to make the ultimate diorama. And this is going to be packed full of trash talking.
Neil, your build is going to be so bad, it's going to...
And then finally, the ultimate reveal.
Okay, you ready? What? No! No! Are you f***ing kidding me?
Alright, yes, you heard right. I've got JAZZA'S ultimate creative collection of art boxes in front of me here. I'm one of the very first people on the planet to have this thing, which is insane. At least as I'm recording this to you now, I'm really excited and really nervous. JAZZA is an insanely talented guy. So I gotta make something that doesn't look like garbage. Speaking of garbage trash is the main secret ingredient for this whole entire build. So not only are we using the boxes, but we get to use garbage trash, stuff that you find around the house, to really help build this up and to make something crazy cool. Yeah, so I think it's time we take out the Mega Minis box. That's this guy right here. Open it up, see what we've got inside, and find some garbage. All right, so here is everything included in JAZZA'S Mega Minis art box. Right at the back there is his pride and joy, his Apocalypse Ghost minis. He's got a whole art kind of story behind those guys, but we're gonna be working on these guys, his Jazzy Strikers. We're each gonna take one guy and build a diorama themed around that guy. But yes, this is everything included. We're not going to go into too much detail on all this stuff, but you can see there's huge value in this. JAZZA put this entire box together for kind of diorama making and miniature painting and everything surrounding that. We'll talk more at the end about what I think about all the contents in here in more detail, but for now, this is absolutely jam-packed and I'm super eager to get at it and see what we can build. And over here, we've got our bag of trash that I did some searching for around the house here. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. Nope. Trash bag. That's gonna end up in the trash someday. Yeah, sponge. Coffee stir sticks. Toothpicks. Oh yeah, jackpot. All right. Basically general things that'll end up in the trash. Like I'm not gonna go diving into my garbage can looking for used toothpicks, and I doubt Jazz is gonna be doing anything like that either.
Meanwhile. It's hard to get to the bottom. G'day.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good yourself.
Yeah, this is a lot easier than I thought it would be. Quickly dump these out. So I may or may not be using everything in here, and we're probably actually going to be adding more to it as we go, but we got some like bendy straws, old earbuds that no longer work, popsicle sticks, paper clips, cartons, bob skewers, this bag itself, trash bag. Now it's time to see if we can beat JAZZA with this diorama. I say beat, it's obviously not a real competition, but we're just gonna see what we can do, maybe do a little bit of trash talking in there, scare him a little bit and come up with something kind of epic. And yeah, so let's get to it. But before we go any farther, I just want to give a big shout out to this video's sponsor, Elderwood Academy. These guys are guys that want people to have fun with their gaming, and they specialize in high-end customized gear for players and their D&D characters. Now they're designed to be incredibly immersive and fun. They're absolutely stunningly gorgeous, as you can see in the images. And if you want to enhance your gaming experience and get yourself some of their products, head over to Elderwood Academy down in the links below and pick up one of their dice trays, dice towers, or any of their absolutely stunningly beautiful products. Thank you, Elderwood Academy, for being the sponsor for this video. Okay, so I was jumping right in to the diorama build here. I made a little I-beam already. I'm going to be making some stairs, and I'm realizing right away that I need to figure out my scale, exactly how big these stairs and everything are going to be. So I need my mini around. I'm going to pick my JAZZA striker. Jazz is picking his own too. I know the theme that I kind of want to go for and what guy I want to get. There's different heads. There's even a JAZZA, little JAZZA head in here too. As much as I want to pick a JAZZA head, I'm going to pick one of these heads here. We'll put a guy together and then I can really figure out my scale nicely. So let's do that. Let's make our little guy and move on from there. All right, so these are the JAZZA'S strikers, and these are made by Puppets War. These are one of the main features in this whole Mega Minis box. There are 5 different types that you can choose from, 5 different guys, and they're crazy, super customizable. So we're each picking, Jazz and I, a guy, and we're going to build our dioramas themed around that guy. So I picked mine out. I didn't put the arms or anything on just yet, but I at least got the main bulk of him for scale. Now I'm starting off with a set of stairs here. I'm planning actually to use these as a set of metal stairs. I'm using for my trash popsicle sticks, coffee stir sticks, toothpicks. This here's the cardboard shipping box the boxes came in. We do have some breathing room. I don't know how much JAZZA is going to be using that breathing room. I got a feeling he's going to go right hard into the trash and really take that side seriously. I was kind of doing that, but more so finding stuff that you would find in the trash, like this crackers box here for these stairs as well. Okay, so got our stairs here. What we need now is a good solid base. So we gotta have trash, right? So I found this. This is the leftover scrap piece from the old brick wall. No, it's not real. It's fake. No, it's just this stuff. So I got some scraps of this left over to make a nice solid base. I'm gonna make kind of an inner city, kind of New York, really rough, modern, grungy, lots of garbage around, lots of trash, kind of to go along with the trash theme here. Anyway, we got our base here. I'm gonna build this up now and really start bringing this thing to life. Alright, so I got my base mostly done, the whole structure. You can see I kind of zigzagged the cardboard from the JAZZA shipping box, and yeah, it's pretty cool. We're actually able to use even the shipping box to really build up this model. So this is going to provide a nice, firm, solid structure for this with the 2 different levels. So yes, moving onwards. Okay, so this is the wet palette that comes in the Mega Minis box. You can see it's a sponge with a special type of paper that is put on top. Now what happens here is that the water inside that sponge seeps through when you put a dab of your paint on there, and it keeps that paint wet. Yes, it's crazy. The paper stays dry on the top, like you touch it, it feels dry. But as long as that sponge is wet, your paint is gonna stay wet as well. So I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what I could use to fill in all the gaps for the mortar on the brickwork. I was thinking flour, but that's not trash. Can't use flour. We did just look at this Army Painter package, and what was inside? Some snow. Yes, a big pack of snow, which I think is just going to be perfect. Hopefully that gives me the results that I'm after, that I'm hoping that it'll give. All right, I don't think I could have asked for a better material for this mortar than this. I knew I wanted something. I was considering like some broken chunks of drywall, which I didn't have, and I didn't know what I was going to use, and this ended up working out perfectly. All right, we've gone on long enough here. I think it's time we check in with Jazza, do a little bit of trash talking, and see if we can't take him to the dump with our trash talk. All right, Jazza, time for some trash talk. Your build is going to be so bad, it's going to look like my before shot.
Oh, because you're working with rubbish. Because I like it. That's good. All right. Well, your build is going to be probably really good. Well, Neil, your build is going to be so bad it's going to look like my after shot after I've gone to the toilet. Boom. That was the sound of a silence and crickets. I'll work on it in the interim. Let's get back to building.
Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, that was a pretty weak start to our little trash talk battle there, but we've got 2 more rounds to go. One more I'm going to be showing. Jazz has got another round on his video, so make sure you go over there and see who really won the big trash talk battle. But what I've done here is made some concrete sections here using some cracker boxes, and I painted it gray, and I've just used the wash. That's the dark brownish stuff there. That stuff is amazing. That came in the kit as well with the paints, and that stuff has really set the tone for this whole area down here. Now what I'm using here is just a little bit of toilet paper and some watered down wood glue. Mix that up and it is the perfect filler. Now I made this brickwork as well quickly. Behind the scenes, well, not quickly, but you know what I mean. And I'm just working on finishing up this whole kind of subway area. That's what it's gonna end up being. And this cork is absolutely perfect for concrete. Chipping it off with your fingers there is perfect, and I'm just using some paper clips for the rebar in there, and it worked out really well. So I got the sidewalks done. Now I'm going to jump on to the big building. That's going to be the fun, and it's also the most intimidating part. To build the building, I'm going to be using some foam core. This is the foam core sheet that came in the JAZZA Mega Middies box. And foam core, if you get the right stuff, you can actually peel away this paper, expose the foam underneath, and there's a lot you can do as far as carving into that. So let's just see what happens, and once I do this, there's no going back. It's like almost a plastic. It can come right off, and it's coming off nicely. I've never been able to find the kind that you can do that. And there it is. Look what just happened. I guess I might have to take the paper off both sides. It's better. It's a lot more flimsy now. So yeah, let's build this building.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so what I use for the awning there is corrugated cardboard. I got that from a Costco box that was going to be going into the recycle anyway. So that's what I did there. And now we're going to be putting this Japanese sign up on top of that awning. And so I got some letters actually just online. I think this says restaurant fish. I think this is supposed to be a sushi place, so I did my best. It's probably way wrong. But anyway, that's what we're doing with that. Now, I think it's time we check in with JAZZA and see if either of us can redeem ourselves. That was a pretty weak battle on both sides, but let's check in with him and see what he's got for us this time.
All right.
Yeah.
Neil, this is it. Let's call this the tiebreaker for trash talk. Everyone in the comments, let us know who you think. Neither of us are very good at this trash talk.
These are pretty bad.
You think you're going for an award with your build, are you, Neil? You're looking for an Oscar? The only Oscar you're going to get is Oscar the Grouch when trash gets thrown back in the trash because it's garbage.
Nice.
Are you okay? You going to cry? You going to be okay?
Well, JAZZA, I hate to push your buttons like this. I'm so sorry. I was just looking for the mute button.
All right, let's go finish our builds. We'll come back and we'll reveal.
Let's do this. Okay, I'm pretty sure I won that one that time. Hands down, I think I got that one in the bag. If you agree, head over to his video and make sure you lay it on him in his comments and let him know. But moving on here, so here is where I'm using those earbuds that I had found earlier. These are going to be obviously the power lines to the building itself, and I'm later going to be connecting those to some sort of telephone pole or something. But now I'm using a CD case. This is for the broken glass. It's perfect. You can see I also had some wood there that was left over from my shipping crate that I sent out for my last build, and if you haven't seen that video, go check that out. But since this is in New York, there's obviously got to be some English on here too. So we're putting the samurai sushi up there. And that's pretty much it for that building. Now, moving on to the road, sand. So the sand is a slight cheat. You know, I'd argue that you can sweep up sand, it gets tracked into the house, and that gets put in the trash. But maybe I'm using a little more than you would find inside. So there's a cheat there, but it's a great texture. I think it turned out really well, especially with the painting on these lines and all that. I think it's the perfect road texture. So now we're getting really close to the end. We're finishing up on some painting, and I've got a little something special for this build here. Okay, so there's one thing that I want to do to sort of commemorate this whole project to JAZZA. So we're going to be doing a lot of trash talking at the end and whatever, and poking fun at each other's builds, but really just the fact that JAZZA is doing this with me. He's got over 5 million subscribers. I've got 1% of that, 50,000. I got 2% of his following. So the fact that he would do something like this with a guy like me, pretty awesome. And this is going to be a really, really memorable project that I've done here. And it's a big deal. So let's commemorate this to JAZZA. I'm going to make some JAZZA graffiti along the side here. And I think it's going to look really good. And it's really going to, it's going to make this into something pretty special. So I'm just right now dipping my paintbrush into water and wetting this down. We're going to go for kind of a spray can paint effect. Cool. Okay, I'm nearing the end here. My desk is an absolute disaster. But that's good. It means we're almost there. I just got a few things to do. I'm just actually right now in the middle of making some little garbage pieces, some mini trash. This is a trash themed build using trash, so I thought it'd be fitting to make some trash out of trash. So what do I mean by that? Well, here I got some boxes and some garbage bags and some bottles that I made. There we go. I made those bottles out of the milliput that comes with the JAZZA'S mini box there. So I'm just gonna finish up the trash and all that stuff, and we're done. Alright, so we're just finishing up the mini here, but one little thing I figured, I was debating whether or not to do it, and I finally decided, in lieu of the whole trash talk and all the fun that we had with that, I thought a great way to memorialize all of that to that aspect of it in this build is just to do one final little jab at JAZZA and put my RTH over top of his graffiti.
Reveal time, Neil. I've shown my audience my build, so they've seen the final outcome. But I'm most excited to show you because trash talk is put aside. We've done that. I have so much respect for what you do, and I hope to at least in some way surprise and delight you. But I'm really looking forward to what you've made.
I'm looking forward to what you made here too. So I just got one question. Do you kind of like find a whole bunch of trash beforehand and then just figure out what to make with that? Or did you like have something in your mind before and you're like, I gotta go find the trash to make this work?
That's a great question. I never tend to have a clear idea of what I'm making until I start making it. As I'm collecting trash, things are coming to mind. So by the time I had my trash, I'm like, I have these shapes, I have these objects, I want to make this thing. How about you? Can you answer your question? Did you have an idea first, or did you?
Generally, I kind of do what you do and just kind of start going. This one I had a bit of an idea. I had some elements in my mind as to what, and I kind of sort of found some trash that would maybe sort of fit. Okay, I'll show you my mini first, because that's what our big thing was, picking a mini first and then doing a theme for that, right? So here's my mini. See if you recognize them. I'll hold them up to the camera there. So, I don't know, can you see?
Cool. And I love that we went in completely different directions.
Pretty cool. So I went with the samurai. Okay, I'm gonna have to pick up my camera here. Okay, you ready?
I'm terrified and excited.
I think I was a little over ambitious on this, but alright. So here it is.
What? No! What? No! Are you kidding me?
Maybe I put more time into this because this is pretty big.
Holy balls. I'm sorry for my language. I'm so sorry.
So it's like a little subway down here. This is kind of a little subway area. And then here's your street. And then we got kind of a New York style city building here with a little Japanese sushi restaurant. And he's like protecting his turf here.
And how did you, like, did you only use the paints in the box?
Only paint. I was worried that I'd run out of paint.
Me too, but I can't believe how far you made it go.
It's a JAZZA collab, so I had to like go crazy.
Oh, dude. All right, I guess I gotta show you
Yeah,
mine now.
your turn. Let's see.
Okay, so Neil, I've gone in a slightly different direction, but that's because I saw you coming like a freight train. Your real terrain hobbies, after all, so I assumed your terrain would be somewhat real.
Right.
And I, knowing that's your specialty, knew I really couldn't sort of compete on your turf. So I decided to compete on my turf. Let me start off with the mini.
Now we're not going to do a full reveal of JAZZA'S build, but it's absolutely crazy cool and completely done in classic JAZZA style. If that mini gives you any hint as to how he did it, go down in the links below and check out his awesome build. Just want to say thanks to you though, like being on JAZZA, like your channel's massive and it just speaks to you and who you are and how awesome and genuine you are as a person. This has been awesome. And talking with you and dealing with you as we're doing this and we're chatting back and forth, it's been super awesome. And
that's so cool, man. I'm really grateful to hear that. Thank you. We're so bad at trash talking each other. We both lose the trash talk war, I think that's safe to say. But I think we both win the diorama battle.
totally.
I think that's a pretty safe bet too.
All right, guys, so that's it for this one. Make sure you go and check out JAZZA'S channel. I'm sure most of you already know who he is. And if you don't know, he's an amazing artist. He's a super awesome, genuine guy. His channel's incredible. He puts out videos way more often than I do. Also, if you're new to diorama making and miniatures, I highly recommend JAZZA'S Make a Minis box. And even if you're an intermediate builder, diorama maker, and into minis, this is still for you. This thing is jam-packed full of stuff and I could not recommend it more. You've seen the results and go check it out for yourselves. The link's down below. Check them out and thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to JAZZA. And yeah, we'll be seeing you on the next one.